Hey, good evening. Oh man, I love this game. So, um, to kind of dive into it, um, this is, in my opinion, this is my favorite game, pretty much of all time. It will be my favorite game probably until my dying day. I make a habit of playing it at least once a year. I get obsessed with it at least once a year. Um, I consider it is a RPG similar to Pokemon, and it's got a lot of unfair comparisons because it came out around Gen 2, 2001. Um, to Pokemon, I personally believe this is vastly superior mechanically. As far as I'm concerned, this is the perfect monster catching, monster training kind of game. And it's only really overshadowed in like Monster Care by like Monster Rancher, which gets incredibly granular and did like the Digimon little Digipet virtual pet things because those are more virtual pet simulators than RPGs. But this is the gold standard to me. Pokemon. It took decades to even get close to what this was doing back in 2001, and I still think they're missing the mark pretty good. Um, well, I'm trying to keep my thoughts organized. This is a very special game to me. I hope I'm making that clear, and like I want it to be good. I want to do it justice, you know. Um, so I've got a couple ROM hacks, I guess. Some people have done some things with this. We're not going to play those yet. We're just going to do a regular vanilla playthrough of the game. Um, and it's not going to take terribly long. This is a game where really the main story is not the main focus. You know, it's really kind of an extended tutorial to kind of get you acclimated to the mechanics of the game, and then it releases you to go on your own for the post game. Um, it's such a fun game. So let's just get into it. No, we're not gonna name him Kobe A. What the hell? No, just Kobe. Yeah, Kobe. In the middle of the sea, in the south floats the island Great Log. To this eternally warm and natural setting, a family of monster farmers was headed to start a new life. There you are, big brother. Papa's calling at the stern. You better go right away. Great Log's king asks us to settle in the kingdom and run our farm. He recognizes our worth. Wahaha. This will be our new life. You're a growing boy, so I'll need you to be reliable and responsible. Do we have an understanding? Good. Stay with Tara, will you? Big brother. Great Log will be in sight soon. Land ho, there's Great Log. This is a tale of children who came to the kingdom of Great Log. Listen, you two. Quit your horsing around and go help your mother. Hear me? Oh, you want to talk about nostalgia? This is it. This is like directly just shot into my veins. Oof, good stuff. Um, so I want to briefly kind of like talk about this game, how I came to find it, and I think it was mostly coincidental. Um, let's see, back in the very early 2000s, Game Boy Color was still around. Let me turn that down. I'm trying to talk over it. The Game Boy Color was it was reaching its end. The Game Boy Advance was just coming out. It was new. This game came out. This, I think, was pretty much the last English Game Boy Color game. If I'm not no, there was like a few others, but this was like the last actual game and not just shovelware. And I was in elementary school, and my mother had set a goal for me. She was going to get me a Game Boy game if I did well in school. I think it was like end or half midterm grades or something like that, you know. Really motivate me to do my best. And I had wanted Warrior Land 3 because my next door neighbor had Warrior Land 3. I really liked that game. So we had gone on eBay, which was a brand new concept back then, to look for a copy of Warrior Land 3, and I saw this on the screen, and I pointed that one. It's like, I would like that one instead. And she got it for me, and I was just hooked ever since. And then I found a copy of the strategy guide, and God, guys, like, that era, before GameFAQs was even a thing, was kind of like the heyday of the strategy guide. It was the strategy guide renaissance, I guess, because every game was either so dense that you needed a strategy guide to 100% get 100% of the game done, or you needed there's some little gimmick they threw in that you wouldn't know, like a password, unless you bought the strategy guide or something like that. You know, that was how it worked back in the day. But I had the strategy guide. I miss it dearly. I can't find another copy for the life of me. I can't find a PDF on the online. Like, it's just, no one ever scanned this thing. It was a Prima, and the actual story, the actual plot, the main quest in the game was like the first 40 pages of a 300-page strategy guide, and the rest was all monster stuff, all breeding, all just this dense, good mechanics. And to this day, I miss it because there is so much to this game. The game will try and give you some things, but it can't give you everything. Like, we're talking about breeding. Like, breeding is so intricate and perfectly done, tuned here. Like, there are ways you can hit monsters that you would never know unless you bought that guide, you know? So, that was around this time period. So, we're probably going to be doing more Warrior Land 3 next, because these two games are pretty much linked in my brain. But I remember also, I have memories playing this at Thanksgiving, at relatives' houses, and it went everywhere with me. I've still got my old copy. I've got a copy. So this was a game they only did once of where they had two versions, and there was actually like nothing really changed between the two versions. Some monsters appeared, but you could breed anything, really, so that really wasn't irrelevant. The one big thing was if you're Terra, which is the girl, the green one here, there's one part in the game you actually get to skip because there's a little tunnel that you need to go through, but Kobe's too big, so he needs to go find a change staff and turn himself into a monster, a particular monster. It's really weird mechanics, really weirdly structured, but you turn yourself into the right monster, you can fit through the hole. Terra can just go through the hole. She doesn't need to go find the change staff. So this is always kind of a winter, November game for me. Definitely not a Christmas game. I would call it a Thanksgiving November game. One of those games that you got home from school and the sun had already set and it's dark and cold and you don't really have anywhere to go. You've just got homework to do. Um, and you're looking forward to Christmas and you don't want to go back to school again, so you like, finish your homework, you plop down with your Game Boy, and you knock out some Dragon Quest or some Dragon Warrior Monsters too. This is like, if you never played this game, this is worth your time because nothing ever came close to what it is. Um, this is not the last Dragon Warrior Monsters game. It became Dragon Quest after this. I think they tried like the North American uh, localization did some weird stuff, and I think they tried to push it back towards being on brand with the Japanese stuff. So it went back to Dragon Quest. Um, one of the Dragon Quests got really big right after this, and I want to say, shit. I'm gonna have to come back to that one. But anyway, I want to say 12, even though it's probably not 12 because I'm thinking of Final Fantasy 12. But there was like it was the first one where they had like a full orchestral um, accompaniment for the background music and all of that, and it really kind of it like solidified uh, the genes of this franchise, the phenotype. Like I played 13. I think it was 13. No, it was 11. What fucking game did I play? 11? 13? I don't know. And it's still remnant. It's like echoing through to this day, to the point where it's almost formulaic, and it affects the Dragon Quest monsters side of things um, pretty profoundly. Like, um, Joker was the next game we got at this because we didn't get Caravan Hearts, and it was compared to this a lobotomized disaster. And I had been looking forward to that game so much in high school, and it came out and it like crushed my soul. It's not a bad game, you know. I can still go back and play through and enjoy it, but oh, it's just nothing though. It's nowhere near close to this. This little pixelized mess. And this is not just nostalgia I'm talking about. I will go through every mechanic in detail, just how well thought out and intricate it is, because there's nothing like this game, guys. Nothing like this game. Um, where was I going with this? Um, there was also and it's still pretty present to this day. There is a problem with the sales and marketing of this game. I think just in general, either Nintendo or Square Enix themselves or Enix or whoever just didn't feel comfortable with this in the North American market. They just didn't think it would really do good, even though this is a very well done game, and I think it had a cult following, or at least me. I don't know. I know K-Bash loved it too. He basically grew up with my childhood. Um, they skipped the next game, which was Caravan Hearts, and that was the first one which kind of had this ethos. Oh man, I think that's a bot. Hold on a second. Yep, Russian bot. Free up the storage space. How do we report that? Report that. Terrorism. That's a new one. Bot. There we go. Okay, I apologize. Diggity, diggity, diggity. What was I thinking? Okay. Caravan Hearts. We didn't get it. Um, and I think I haven't played it yet. I think I've got a translation patch for it somewhere floating around. It's on the to-do list. I'm a little hesitant, but where this game is, you can kind of think about it like older tabletop adventure games. They're granular, they're hard to understand, but it's really built for the people who love to kind of dig into them and engross themselves in how the functions of the game work. That's really what I enjoy. So it's not really out there for a whole audience, but it's for the people who enjoy that kind of thing. That's kind of this game. I would sit in middle school with a notebook and I would make pedigree charts of how to get certain monsters that I really wanted, following like these breeding charts. Like that was my thing. That was my jam. But you get the Joker, and where there had been a tiered system, it was not fundamentally linear. Like, I'll give an example. The monsters we're going to encounter in the first couple worlds are not going to be the ones that, I'm just going to start walking. They're not going to be the ones that you can immediately breed. There's going to be a whole kind of clump below them that are just like the generic plant plus devil equals this monster. It doesn't matter what the two were. It's just this family plus this family equals that. And then it gets more intricate, and you have to use specific monsters or a specific level or a specific plus, which I'll kind of get to later. It's hard to explain. Like, you have to have a combined level quantity to a certain degree, and basic monsters don't have a level cap, and that goes higher with this plus amount. And it's all pretty complicated stuff. But they took that and they streamlined it down to basically making it like they steamed all the damn color out of it. It's a gray mush at that point, because then it's you get like an F rank monster plus an F rank monster equals an E rank. E rank plus an E rank equals a D rank, and so on and so forth. Easy to understand, completely banal compared to this. Okay, I'm sorry. I've been talking for 15 minutes. Alright, Grandma sent her homemade nut pie for us to enjoy on a new homestead. I'm too busy to get it right now. Let us go instead. We'll be okay. I'm going too. Good, that's settled then. The vault is west of the farm. Don't dawdle and be careful. I'm going to try narrating. I'm not going to do voices of shit. But I'm just going to, I haven't tried it yet. I normally just give people time to read what's on the screen. But yeah, it will fill time in some cases. I don't know. This is Slash. Yo, did you enjoy the voyage? The name's Slash. Glad to know you. I guard the farm here. Consider me the boss. Advice, I'm here. Slash is cool. I like him. Yeah, so these are the newcomers. This is gonna be fun. Come on, I don't know. Never really figured out how to say his name. So this opening portion's pretty tedious, just kind of bear with it. Oh, it's all spinning around. That rotten little prince and that elemental sidekick of his. It's gonna make us talk to every goddamn person on the island. So just, all I can ask is that you bear with it for the few minutes it takes for us to actually get to the first world, because after that, it's just such a good game. Hey, you brats, scram. Hands off my merchandise. You must be the farm kids. Your grandma sent a package for you. It smells really delicious. Here you go, be careful with it. I'm Prince Kamea of Great Log. You may not pass, peasants. I'm Rurubao, the Great Log Spirit. Waru Wehe. What? I smell something. I smell something tasty. What is this, food? Perfect, I was hungry. This pie just gets fucked up. Wait, hey, I'm starving. Gimme it, you just ate. You grab your little elemental. Some prince. Dirty mouth, come on. That's ours, give it back. Wah, the log's navel's breached, Waru. It's not my fault. It's the only way. Will it hold? You two, come here now. Calm down and listen. What came out of the hole, that was the life force of Great Log's tree. Great Log is an island kept afloat by the palm tree, do you see? If the palm tree dies, the island sinks into the deep, deep ocean. A plug, that's what we need. A plug to plug the log's navel. Hurry, go fetch a monster master. So now we have to talk to every single person on the island. And I usually prefer doing this clockwise. Oh, you kids. You shouldn't be in the well. What? The log's navel's broken. How is that important? This island is sinking? If that's true, it's a disaster. I haven't heard anything about it. It's kind of fun, no one really, they're just kids, they don't know what's going on, you know. If you lie, your nose will grow. They don't really care. Huh? The island's gonna sink. Are you in Prince Kamiya's gang? Ah, the island's gonna sink. You shouldn't lie like that, Kobe. Why aren't you listening? Papa, you're such a blockhead. Look, the island doesn't just sink. Listen to yourself for a moment. Anyway, did you run Mama's errand? We're gonna sink? I can't swim. What should I do? This island's gonna sink? The times he's higher. So the monsters do talk in this. They don't talk every time. There's actually a special table you can go if, you want to talk to your party. The island's gonna sink. That's a genuine crisis. I'm right here if you need any help. You can kind of use that to gauge their personalities. I wish there was more to that. That's kind of really my one, the big weakness of this game is, I would prefer more, Shinigami Tensei has a lot of conversational stuff with the demons. I would like that here, too. Did you get the package from Grandma? Oh goodness, you're filthy. What happened? You were tricked by that silly warbler. Don't worry. The island won't sink that easily. I love this music. I love everything. I love this game. So good. They're after a monster master? I saw one lolling around the vault. The island's gonna sink. Don't spread silly rumors like that. It scares off customers. The island's sinking? Ha, no worries. We can all escape to another world. Wait a sec. How do we get there? The island's sinking. That's hard to believe, but you don't look like a liar. I was gonna open a shop here. I guess I'll hit the road. Orba wants you to find a monster master for him? Well, I am one, but I don't want to have anything to do with Warubu. Sorry, can you try someone else? The island's gonna sink. I know, you were fooled by Warubu. Last time he was yelling about the great king of terror from the sky. I think we have to talk to this guy too. You say the island will sink? Sorry, I can't believe that. The island's sinking. Prince Command put you up to this. Looking for a Monster Master? I have no time for child's play. Alright, that's everybody. Oh, hey, good, you're back. You told everyone Great Log will sink? So, where's the Monster Master? What? Nobody believed you. Oh, that was so complacent. It can't be helped now. You go instead. No other way. No time to waste, Waru. If you don't go, Great Log goes to the bottom of the sea soon enough. You'll find a new plug for the next naval, eh? Yeah. Good, 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 good. In you, I saw the potential. Waru. A good idea I have for plugging up the log's navel. Yes, I do, Waru. I'm an elemental, so I know such. Here, take this with you. This here key is a magic key. It opens the door to other worlds. Especially, made it is by elemental power, making it magic. Whoa. Man, I don't remember him talking this weirdly all of a sudden. Used to open the magic door ahead, it takes you to another world. Another world it might be, but it's not so much different. The only difference is monsters. Monsters live in other worlds, but a monster master needs to fear not a thing. I see you have great potential. You go to other worlds, bring back a plug for the log's navel. That's something I don't know what, but you will know it when you find it. Now take this. Oasis key. I trust you. Go. Forgot something. This you can use to come back to the Great Log from the other worlds. Dangerous are other worlds, so you take monsters. I'm Great Log Spirit. One with the island I am. If you can't stop the island from sinking, so ends my life. Not just me, but everyone here. So you must find a plug. Oh, this is terrible. We should go home and talk about it. If we don't find something to put in the log's navel, this house, the farm, and everything else will sink with the island. So we have to go to other worlds, right? Yep. But if we both went, Mama would be really worried about us. Hey, why the long faces? I couldn't help but overhearing you. I'll go with you to other worlds. That way, one of you can stay here. That solves your little problem. Kobe, you want to go. You want me to stay home? But Kobe, what about your terrible sense of direction? Don't worry, I'm right along. And Kobe has potential, I think, to be a monster master. We'll need the help of monsters when we go to other worlds, so that potential will help a lot. Then it's your job, Kobe. Make me proud, big brother. And it's settled. We leave tomorrow morning. Get plenty of rest tonight. Alright, now we can finally start the game. Go ahead and save. Okay, now Slash is interesting. He's a slime, right? Let's look at him really quick here. There's Slash. Big man himself, right? So there's really nothing that special about him. He's just a slime. But he's got a great personality, and I do mean that literally. He's a hot blood. Personalities are really cool in this game. Basically, you have a plan option here. You can use charge, mixed, or defense. Command is you give direct commands. So you tell one monster, I want you use fireball on that guy, right? That's something you can do, except in tournaments. You can't give commands. You can only give them what general orders: charge, mixed, defense. Personality helps them make the right decisions. Hot blood is the best personality you can have for a monster because they're able to use their discretion best. Now, this isn't AI. I'm not really sure how they did this back in 2000. It's really cool. But a monster will instead of, say, casting heal when no one's health low, it'll choose a more appropriate spell, that kind of thing, you know. Or if you use defense, they won't just keep spamming defense raising spells, they'll also use stats or even a different status ailment spell or something like that. So personality is really important, and Slash is really cool because he just starts with the best one right off the bat. Now the problem is he's a slime, so his stats suck, and he's also he's technically wild even though he doesn't have any wild stat. So we've got the typical stat line here except for wild, and wild kind of works the same way in Pokemon. If you don't have the right gym badge, the monster won't really listen to you. So that's kind of one of the risks of we'll call it catching for right now, collecting other monsters, wild monsters, and using them in battle. It makes them less predictable, less reliable. Give me 1 second to get my water. Sorry about that. Full disclosure, I think my wife's got COVID, which means the kids and probably I have COVID. Really weird, just kind of get it out of the blue, like second time in 3 years. But expect that I'm going to be coughing or needing to drink some water a little more than usual. And there's my daughter. I think my wife's got it this time. So yeah, that's Slash. He's going to have a pretty low level cap, which means even if we wanted to use him far longer than we should, he will eventually hit a point where he stops leveling up, and then he's basically stuck. The other problem with him being a slime, slimes have each monster has 3 spells or skills they'll learn, and Slime's one of them is Mega Magic, which he will never use because you need certain stats or a certain minimum level, which is unfortunate. So here we are in Oasis, and here's Cactoball, our first monster. This is probably gonna be the one we actually recruit. So you don't catch them like in Pokemon. You feed monsters meat, and then at the end of the battle, they may have a chance to join you. Kind of a weird system. You never get like any like indication of a guarantee that you're going to get the monster to feed it like as much beef as you have on you, and that's just still dies, you know. Not get that one. Here in Oasis, because this is Babyland, we're gonna get a few monsters for free, just for nothing. It's an herb. There's items on the ground. We're gonna be picking those up a lot because those are actually that's our income. You don't actually get money for fighting monsters. We're actually going to need them for Slash too, because he's taking a lot of damage. Yep, there we go. It's usually a female too. Nice thing too, if you don't really feel like making a name for these guys every time, you can just hit enter and it'll give you a random one. We got Surratt, so we have Surratt. And now we have 2 monsters. It's just that easy. Cactoball's are also not very good. I don't remember them ever really getting any kind of good moves. They aren't really used for anything for breeding. They're just kind of whatever. Sarad has a lot of wild too, so she's not going to listen if we try and give her hers. Here's a spot slime. We actually need a spot slime for plot reasons, so hopefully one will join us here in a minute. This is Kalka, an oasis village. A thieving band runs amok here. It's impossible to get any decent sleep because of their threat. Pardon? A plug for a navel? Sorry, I have no idea what that is. The oasis's water travels through an underground canal to Asaya. Asaya? That's a town due north, or due south. The king called a circus troupe to the town in the south. Hope they weren't mauled by thugs. The log's navel? Let me think. Perhaps the king and Asaya will know. Free herb. The log's navel? What is that? I can show you my navel on the sly. Easy lady. The leader of the thieves is a fearsome man. He commands horrid monsters to rob people. The underground canal is ahead. The last king made it for our people when there was a water shortage. It was a hard task. Okay, we got a piece of beef jerky, so if we really wanted to, we could give that to something, but beef jerky wouldn't be much. Alright, so we have to head south now to Asai. These are pretty fast worlds. The whole world usually takes what would be the equivalent of like one town in another Dragon Quest game to finish out. So it's a pretty fast game overall. These first couple are pretty quick, but once we hit like Ice World and Sky World, they get pretty lengthy. That's really where the majority of the game's time is at. Is Ice and Sky. So what you're watching me do is just kind of like muscle memory. Just ducking back and forth between the screens to see if anything pops up. Because there's some good items that can pop up around here. Friendship canes are usually the best ones because they sell really good. The circus master was trying to recruit people at the inn. He says the troops scattered when the thieves set on them. Traveling is much too risky for me. Says Asaya, a desert flower. Our king has been a fan of the circuses since he was a child. If there's a circus, he always summons the troop to the castle. Strong monsters are in the well. Better prepared if you are going down there. I'm the leader of a circus. We were invited to perform for the king, but my group is scattered like so many leaves in a storm. So I'm the only one in my circus. Would you like to join me as a star? Yes. Did you say yes? Oh, yes, you did. Monster make a fine act. You have top billing as one of the only fierce master, but you need a trio to make the act work. Let's get 3 healthy monsters. We get a hot spell, we sleep in the daytime and work at night. It's the only way of coping. heard that the thieves disappear as soon as they get their loot. No one's seen their hideout. I saw a lake like a mirage. East of the desert it was. It disappeared as if by magic. Did you want something, honey? Plug for Log's navel? Well, the king likes collecting all sorts of odd things, so he might have something that'll work. Filled with gooey oil. Our king came into an enormous inheritance. It was mind-boggling. His treasury is overflowing with incredible gold and treasures. He said to be particularly proud of something called the title bill. If you want to get them that badly, we could arrest you and toss you in the dungeon. How's that sound? No one enters the castle without proper permit. Move along. Alright. So that's decided. We need a third monster, which is probably going to be a spot slime. Because them and cactballs, they like to join automatically. Ooh, tail leader. I like tail leaders. Because they can do that. So let's kind of go through so we've got the stats on this page here. Hot Blood is where the personality is, so Sarad is whimsy. Unfortunately, I don't have the list for what these were anymore, but the Master is me, so you can trade in this game. Trade monsters with other people. So that would be whatever the other person's name is. Experience the next level. That none box is equipment, so you can get accessories for your monsters. There's a little symbol there too. So slime is the species of the monster, and then the little icon is the family. So Sarad's a cactoball, and she's in the tree family. This is the skill list. No one knows anything right now. And then this is kind of the pedigree. It only goes one generation back, but it kind of helps you keep track of who was where. Because when you basically, when you breed your monsters, you lose them. You're trading two in for a new one. And so you can kind of keep track if like one guy had a really powerful spell and you wanted his progeny to learn it. That's how you keep track of what that spell is, that kind of thing. Oh, and this well, I'll show you after this, but here's a cool thing. At least I think it's cool. So here, if you hit select, you can kind of see your party as if you were fighting them. It's kind of neat, like that. I've always thought the monster in front should be in the center, you know? That's always just been me. So monsters' encounter rate will change based on where we are on the map. Cactoballs and spot slimes kind of sit in the northwest where you first start. Down here in the south, you start seeing tail eaters, and as we start moving east, we'll run into what were those? There's two snakes. There's king cobras, crespins. That's what those are. Now these are dragons. I'm not a huge fan of dragon monsters because they have a really long shit, Slash died. They have a really long time to level up, so I don't tend to use them. Crespins can learn Stop Spell though, which is kind of handy, except I don't actually remember using it that much, so it's one of those things like you think would be good, but it's not really. That was a bit of a trick. So, Slash is dead. We have to go revive him like in any Dragon Quest game. We have to go find the priest. But, if you're close enough to the shrine door, you can just go home and Warubu will automatically heal you. We're not really that far away, but I'm not going to take the chance. I'm just going to revive him here. Oh wait, I hope. Oh wait, he's got a. There's a shrine right here. That's right. I have to give somebody a beef jerky. I don't know. Now, as a kid, you can get pretty lost in this place. It's big enough. You can kind of lose your way. So I guess we can do this here. So we're going to tell them both to charge. And because Slash is already hot blood, he gets higher chances to crit. So that's an added bonus there too. That keeps him going a little bit longer than if you couldn't do that. I don't think the game ever tells you this directly, but if you hit fight, it's kind of like a fourth option, I want to say. Where you're not using a particular strategy, you're just like attacking. So the more you use strategies, the more it'll change personalities until you eventually get the hot blood. But hitting fight doesn't actually affect that, as far as I know. So up in the northeast corner of the map, which is where we should be, yeah, it's about where we run into King Cobras, and those are pretty good. They can do poison, or they can poison with a skill. Um, as far as skills go, you're really pretty limited on Oasis. The Cactus Balls and the Spot Slams don't learn anything here. And then you can get a Crespent that knows Stop Spell, a Tail Eater that knows Ice Slash, a King Cobra that can use Poison Hit, and then there's some stuff in the well as well. See, I think I missed it. Yeah, too far to the north. Man, Slash is just not having a good time. Trying really, really hard to stay awake tonight, but going on a couple of weeks of not having a restful evening. It really does bug me, honestly. Like, I just don't have the endurance to stay awake and play video games anymore this late. Like, I can throw 60 or 80-pound boxes all day on a truck, but set me down in front of a computer and I just go straight out. So, I'd like to try and finish Oasis. Yeah, it's not a long, not a long world at all. I'm just getting really bad luck with these damn spot slimes. Again, you aren't supposed to get one. You know, you're not supposed to have to use the beef jerky on anything else you really wanted. There we go. Alright, now we have Hannes. Now we can go perform. Let's go ahead and save. This is another muscle memory from me constantly paranoid my Game Boy Color's batteries are gonna die. Very well done, bravo to you. You're officially a circus member. Come, we must go to the castle. Oh god, I'm sorry. And that was the fire breather. Let's hear it for a brave soul. Next, monsters will perform some amazing death-defying stunts. Very good show. That was splendid for your debut performance. The audience was quite pleased. We are to stay for more shores here, so we have been permitted to go into the castle by the king. Heh, did you see the looks I got when I blew fire? Made me feel good. What if the others are safe? The thieves raided us, we ran. But while we kept our lives, we were separated from our circus master. That fool is a terrible swindler. I won't lend him an ear. A mirage lake, he says. No one's seen such a thing. Everything he says is a lie. His Majesty is most honest and certainly not evil in any way, but he's rather impetuous. Wish he wouldn't order us on. Why are you snooping around? Are you looking for something? A new plug for a lock's navel? It has to have a magic power? Or is only the king's tie belt one of his treasures? It can be used across the sea. Ah, you're the monster tamer from the circus. Good show. Wish something of me? Wish to see our treasures? Quite sharp to have an eye out for treasure, I must say. I see. This is what we'll do. If you help me, I'll help you. I inherited the throne from my father, who was a great king. But my rule has been beset by one disaster after another. No one will listen to my orders now. Will you go find out what concerns my people have? If I solve their problems, I should regain their respect and trust. Will you go do this for me? Then make way to the town. If you succeed, you can have the title belt for my treasures. King's given permission for you to come and go freely. The king is so frivolous. Our circus makes him happy. Please. Did you want something, honey? I think there's only like one person we really need to talk to. Yeah, this lady. Chemist. I have any concerns? Tell the king for me. Listen, the well's almost dry. Can King do something about that? Yeah, I'm like dozing off the computer. God damn. Have you discovered concerns my people may have? What? The well's running dry. I'll order my men to raise the flow of water into the canal. Guards, Duke, anyone? The canal is managed by the village of Calca, right? Send someone to Calca and have them open the canal gate more. Your Majesty, I must remind you, if that was done, the oasis would become drained immediately. What? Never mind then. I'll go to Calca and check myself. Feel badly for His Majesty. Must think things through. Rash actions with no thought consequences won't do for ruler. Yeah. Back to Calca. It's happening. We've got 2 boss fights and I'm done. Open the canal gate more. Notices were on dry if we did. That's an order I simply cannot accept, king or no king. Alright, I know that. I want to know why the water's gone. Fine, I'll go out myself. Wishy king. A king has no patience. Spooky land, spooky lands. They're all goodies. Mad candle. All he really knows is blaze, so he's not the best to have around. Like that. It very quickly runs out of power. Why don't you just pick up a pork chop? Spooky. I love it spooky, but they don't actually do much. Not yet. Giant worm's probably the most useful here because it learns beast cut. We're about to have a boss fight with beasts. That's fucking slash right there. That's some good shit. Oh, Anise. Let's pass out some herbs real quick here. I discovered why the water's low. This beast's dam is at fault. I'm trying to get it to destroy the dam, but no avail. Making my new home for my clan. USB or pay the price. It's our first boss fight, and it's Bino. Beaver. Yeah. Go slash. Oh my god. There we go. Whew. That's close. Ah, you're too strong, you win. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. We used to live in the Mirage Lake, but we were kicked out by a band of thugs. We made it their hideout. I was looking for a place to live. What? So that's the truth? Those wretched scoundrels? I promise I will imprison them. Well, so we can go back to Mirage Lake and live peacefully. Please catch the thieves. They should solve the water shortage in town. I humbly thank you for your help. Come see me in the castle. I'll have the title bell for you. If only it was that easy. There's some giant worms. These guys are nice because they level up pretty fast, but they're pretty weak. Kind of the opposite of dragons. They're much more useful in breeding, though. Try to get before Annis kicks the bucket. I'm just gonna zoom in. The town's water shortage seems to be no longer a concern. I thank you for your work. The reward is the title bell. Come, follow me to my treasury. What happened? We were jumped by thieves. They mine off with the treasure. Arr! Round up all the men at once. Have them report to my chamber. All 4 of them. The hideout of the thieves is said to be in Mirage Lake. They must be caught. I will lead the expedition myself. Who will join me in this quest? Good. Your valor will be praised. You must capture the thieves at all costs. I apologize, my treasures were taken by the thieves. I will head to Mirage Lake and bring them to justice. If we return safely, you shall have the promised title bell. Uh-oh. We didn't help the thieves. One of their men had joined the circus and used us as a cover. We had no idea. Please, we should be released. Where is everybody? I haven't fed at all. Listen, I'll let you in on a secret if you have any food. Well? And spot, thanks. It's a secret, I promise. Don't chase what runs from you. Lay some bait and let it come. That's the trick. Here, take this. Water call. That'll help you for certain. Use it when you feel it's right. So that's going to help us get Mirage Lake if we don't find the damn thing. Apparently I missed it on the map again. Yeah. Crispin. I was kind of hoping I wouldn't get one, but oh well. Guess we're just stuck with it. Oh, too far. See, I'd really like that tail. Ice Slash is a really good move they have. There it is. Alright. So because it's a mirage, the lake was in sight. Once we get too close, it isn't there. And we'll find it at this rate. How can we reach the hideout? The prisoner in the dungeon said that he saw the mirage light. But if he was being truthful. See the hideout plainly. Where'd the lake disappear off? Oops, too far. Now we just do this right here. Thieves drove us from our homes. The leader of the thieves is a terrible man. He uses monsters. Awfully presumptive. Hey, you have monsters in tow? You're not from this world. Come from the same world as you. I'm wandering through other worlds seeking the ultimate monster. I was promised a strong monster by the demon lord of Limbo in exchange for this world's treasures. Come forth, my pretty. Show them the place. Curse lamp, my beloved. Okay, actually, these things charge next. There we go. Now I want to do that, and this is probably the only time we actually need to worry about that, because he can buff his defense. Curse Lamp is a status, or a stat booster. That's his generic kind of abilities. As you'll see, because as soon as we beat him, he joins us, which is cool. I've always really liked Curse Lamp. It's like one of my favorite monsters. Yeah. Down goes it. That's a 50-50 call there. Overall, though, this is not a very hard fight or complicated. Just beat on him until he's dead. Use an herb, beat on him until he's dead. Fights get a lot harder on Pirate than Ice, especially. Ice, you basically have to start breeding, or you're gonna have guys that are just too weak. There we go. Flora. Alright, get out of here. Defeat my monster. Time to regroup. With thieves, there's no escape. Repeat famous deeds and sir, huh? How did you get out? Whatever. Thieves are in there. You're safe now. We're here. Surrender and live. Aha, we bagged a lot. Peace will be restored among the people and monsters. You've been great help to us. I must reward you for your efforts. This is the title belt. It's used with mystic power. What do you intend to do with it? Plug for a naval. Take this with my thanks. I have been a burden to you, but I'll be fine now. I know what to do. I will rule with confidence. You will always be welcome with this. A voice echoed from nowhere. Can you hear me? I felt odd power stirring. You found a plug for the naval. Bring you back, don't move. You did it, Kobe. I'll give you some of Great Log's power. Your party's fine. So, the new plug for the naval. So this is it. This is the title bill. It exudes an odd power, yes. We'll see if it works. That's it. Great Log saved. Good. Now. No good, no good. I have to blow the naval again. That was no good. But the title ball has magic in it. Give me your hand. I'll hold it and... The ability to cross the sea is in you. Talk to the sea and it will reply. I felt an odd power. It's the sea. It's calling. A dilapidated pirate ship is what I see on the seas. But this time you must find the key. It's right here in Great Log, I think. The pirate key is what you want. Okay. Let's take a look at Flora. Flora's really cool. He's got upper right now, and then he'll hit speed later, so he can improve the whole party's defense and speed. He's really nice to have for a pretty long time. Alright, but we are done for the evening. I apologize, it's kind of a short stream. I pooped. And my night's gonna be very long. Maybe one day I won't be this so tired all the time. Probably not, though. Anyway, thank you for watching a little bit of this. I'm going to be streaming it for quite some time now until I get it done. We'll stream something else. So, have a terrific evening.